Food processing can. Usually I just kind of quartered them and throw them in there. And as it gets full, I'll go ahead and chop these things up. Now, if you're big on measuring, you're going to want to do them one at a time and measure each one of these things out. Like I said, I usually do 3 and 2 and 2, and so it goes a little quicker. It also helps if you plug it in. Can't really process anything otherwise. There we go. Food processing fail. Alright. You usually get stuck on one side, so I do usually pulse a little bit, move around so I can get the rest of the stuff in. Alright, so we're going to take our mix here of peppers and we're going to put it in our stew pot here. I'll get the rest of that out. Now you want to go ahead and add your 1 cup of apple cider vinegar in with that. And then you want to go ahead and turn your heat on a medium to high heat just to get that started. And once it starts really boiling, getting going, we're going to keep stirring it. And what you're looking for is a nice rolling boil. And what they mean when they say rolling boil is that if you go at it and you take a spoon and you stir it like crazy and then stop, it's still boiling. It's not affecting it whatsoever. So that's what you're looking for. And once that happens, that's when you want to go ahead and start adding some stuff, okay? And that's what we're going to first add our pectin. Whenever you're doing jelly, you do pectin and then you do sugar. You don't want to do it together. So we're waiting for the rolling boil, then we'll add our pectin and we'll let that boil and we'll let it go. And then at the last thing we do is add our jelly. And then we'll have another minute or so to let it go. And if it's gelling good, we'll go ahead and take it off. If it's not, we'll keep going with it. And that's a mistake that a lot of people will make. They read the recipe, they see that it says boil for 1 minute after adding the sugar, then take off. And what's happened is the sugar isn't fully dissolved and it's not gelling properly. So we got a couple tests, a couple things that we can do to help make sure that it's going to gel. Matter of fact, we're going to head and do one of these right now. I got to get me a there we go. Get us a bowl. I'm going to put it in the freezer. That way it's going to be good and ready. What we're going to do is we're going to have that, it's going to be freezing cold. And we're going to put a little dab of our jelly on there. And if it sets, we should be able to put our finger right through the middle of it and nothing move and there'll be a line right through it. And that's a good way for us to know that it's set and it's ready to go ahead and put in the jars. There's a couple little tricks there and we'll go over that more as it happens. We're going to do a little stir in here. I got my sugar. It's ready to go. All 5 cups worth. And let's see. Then we're going to go ahead and get, let's see, I need to get the rest of this in there. And we'll get going. Alright, I'll see you guys in a minute. Like I said, we're going to use 2 boxes of this Sure-Jell. Some of you may have some tricks how to get it to set better, this vegetable jelly. This is just what I've found is the easiest, and I don't mind the extra pectin. So those of you that do mind it, you might want to look at, and we'll see if we can figure out different ways to do that. Leave that in the comments below. That's going to be a good question. Those of you that have done vegetable jelly before, pepper jelly, what are some ways that can do this? We can do this easier. So. Alright, we got us a nice little boil going, and so we're going to go ahead and add the pectin. I usually just add one bag at a time, and because I want this to dissolve. Okay, that's the trick. Now, a lot of people will look at the timing and says add pectin in 2 minutes, do this, in 1 minute do this. What you're looking for is we're wanting to make sure that that pectin has dissolved. So as I add this, I want to make sure that I'm getting a good dissolve here. We've got a lot of foam we're going to have to get off from the tines right here. Alright, go ahead and get my other box. Alright, now that we got our sugar, we're going to add that, and we got about a minute, roughly, whenever it starts boiling. There we go. I'm going to keep mixing. You probably notice this. You can kind of tell the difference here. As that sugar, you want to get it to dissolve. You can tell it's kind of starting to gel on us, which is good. That's what we want. So you want to make sure that all that sugar is dissolved before you start this process. And like I said, it's not a minute after you add the sugar. You're looking for it to come back to a rolling boil. So you want to stir it, and you're waiting for it to just refuse to stop boiling. When it starts doing that, then you cook it for another minute. Take it off, test it for the gel, which I think will do really nicely here. And then we start jarring this stuff. So that's the question for you guys. Those of you guys that have done jelly before and you worked with vegetables and like mint jelly, those types of things. This stuff that usually gives us a rough time trying to set. What are some tricks that you use? I know I just add another thing of pectin in, but maybe there's some guides that you can, some hints and stuff that you guys can give us that can help us out with that. Let us know in the comments below, and we'll see. All right, look what we got here. We've added our sugar. We got a nice little boil going, and it's a rolling boil. So I usually want to do this for one more minute. 7:24 right now, 7:25, we're going to take this puppy off. And I just steadily want to have this stirred. You see our lids there. Should be good. Alright, that's what it looks like. We went ahead and took it off the fire after a minute. And this is where we do our test. We want to make sure that it's going to be gelled before we put it in the jars. A lot of people will just put it in the jars and then they're like, hey, wait, it didn't set after 24 hours, and then they have to redo the stuff, and some people even throw the stuff away, and it's a big waste. So you want to test this out before. It doesn't take very long, and there's a way to do it, although not with a slotted spoon. Let's see here. Here we go. Take a little bit of this. Put it on this cold bowl that we got. Now what's going to happen, we're going to let it sit over here. Here in a minute, we're going to test it out, see if it moves. The other thing you want to make sure, close it. You're going to want to make sure is this foam. You see this foam here. Always use a slotted spoon. That way the good stuff can go back out and then get this foam to take off. Just put it in the cup somewhere. Right here. And go back at it. And you can slowly get all this foam back off of this stuff. We're going to test it, see if it's gelled. Should be able to do it right through the middle here. And if it moves back into place, then it's not gelled and it's not ready. As you can see, we got a very distinct finger mark right there, and everything's staying in place. And the true test, just taste it. Oh, that's good. Oh yeah. Does it move? That's what we're looking for. So just in that little bit, it's set up very quickly, and you can imagine what a 24-hour set will do. Get it even quicker. So, all right, let's get this stuff into jars.